Welcome, Mona. Mona is an entrepreneur that is traveling the world with a business that is Beer Connect. And I would give you the stage to explain shortly what it is that you're doing exactly.
Sure. Thanks, Azada, for inviting me. So, Bear Connect is an all in one LinkedIn automation tool that helps you send connection requests and messages. It also helps you write, schedule, and post your content on LinkedIn automatically. We are the first one and the only ones as of today who can do both because there are tools in the market, my competitors, who can either send connection requests and there are other tools where you can schedule, post, and write posts, but there's no tool which can write both.
Yes, I remember the first time that we met and you explained it. It was still in a sort of like you were still developing it. And now that I'm seeing on your LinkedIn, it's really booming. People are actually using it a lot. And it's like so awesome to have seen you go from basically the idea to having the entire business and traveling the world. How cool is that?
Yeah, I know. So the idea of Bear Connect was born in May of 2024 when I was running my own lead generation agency. Now my husband handles that agency, but when I was running that agency, I was using my competitor's tool, to generate leads on LinkedIn for my clients. And I noticed that there were so many things missing in my competitor's tool. And one fine day, I was like, maybe I can create a tool. And that's how the idea of Bear Connect was born. It has been a very challenging journey. Now we are at 1,000 plus paid users. So
Oh, wow.
it's doing very well. We are picking up. People are hearing about us organically via Google. We haven't spent any money on ads.
Wow, really cool. I'm like so honored that you're on the podcast because I believe that it's gonna help a lot of people, but because a lot of people have the same dream. They're still on their 9 to 5 or they have started their business. It's like a lot of struggles, and as you just said, it was not easy to. You didn't go from the launch to 1,000 members plus. It just it there happens stuff in between, and especially I can imagine if this is like a first time that you ever did something or like made your dream come true, that you also have a lot of feelings of maybe imposter syndrome or that you're struggling with, oh, am I gonna make this work? But how did you handle that?
So my first year was extremely challenging. I did not know if I could make this happen. As you said, I had imposter syndrome. I was under the impression that I would be able to make Bear Connect in 3 months. I had no idea what I was getting into. I would, there were nights where, I used to give up. I used to feeling, of giving up. I used to be in tears because a lot of people took my money and vanished, like technical people, because I hired quite a few people on Upwork, but it did turn out to be right. It was a conscious decision to be
Mhm.
bootstrapped. And because I did want to run my company according to other people. So that was another challenge. 6 months from May until December, we didn't have any progress. There was just money burning out. $22,000. $22,000
Oh.
on Pay Connect. So that was year one.
Mhm.
I say if anyone is in my like if anyone wants to start their business, be clear of what, especially if it is a tech product, and if you are a non-technical founder, like the journey is extremely hard. But if I could, anyone can do it. I also have a very supportive husband who started calling me every day, Mrs. CEO. So he helped a lot.
Oh, that is so important. Yes, because I noticed that being in a relationship myself, I noticed that it is really hard on your own. Not impossible. It's very, very possible, but it's very hard. But if you also have a supportive partner, it just feels like this team where the other partner is sometimes weaker and then the other partner is stronger so you can lift each other up, and that is just so important, and it helps so much, especially if they're supportive of our dreams, which are sometimes crazy. But it's really, really good. I want to actually go a little bit deeper because I want to go back all the way to your youth. So where did you grow up, and How did that environment back then shape the person that you are right now?
So I grew up in a city called Bareilly, which is in a state of Uttar Pradesh, which is in India. And it's not a very small town, even though I portray it as a small town. It's not a small town. We have an Air Force station, we have an airport, and we have an army cantonment area as well. I forget the population. Someone asked the other day, and I remember, but I can't remember the population. But anyway, I grew up in a joint family back then. Everyone, used to stay together. And my father, my grandfather, my uncles, they all doctors. So growing up, I also wanted to become a doctor. But by the time I 18, I realized that, and I didn't want to. I always wanted to become my own boss. I moved from the city where I grew up to Delhi, which is the capital of India. I always wanted to do whatever my heart desired. If the society says you have to get married at this age, say no, I don't want to.
I think it's very interesting how you basically want to go against the social rules that are set for you. And usually that is making a person very weird or very like excluded from like the normal, well, what they say normal people. How did that feel being different or wanting different things? Did you get a lot of pushback from the people around you?
Yes, from my father, quite a lot.
Mm,
But when I moved to Delhi, I took my own independent decisions.
mhm.
I just did whatever, as I said, I wanted to do. And then let's see. Yeah, I think when I moved out of my home, things were easier. 34. When I was 34, my husband and I, we quit our corporate jobs and we traveled for a year.
Can I tap into have your does your husband and you do you guys have the same mindset from the start, or did it need to be developed a little bit?
So, I knew my husband 4 years prior to when I got married. So we used to live together in Delhi before we got married, which was also like unheard of at that time. I'm talking about 2005, 2006. Um, and we were, we actually explored each other. We developed a lot of, you know, so many years. Our first international vacation was to Thailand. Then when I traveled, I saw how cool it is because I like to try out different things. I get very bored doing the same thing, you know. It's my nature. We lived in Amsterdam where I met you. We lived in the US. We lived in London. We were traveling, even though we had a 9 to 5, we were traveling. But again, having a 9 to 5 and traveling only for like a few days is not the same as you were traveling full time. So in May of last year, I left my job. I focus on Bear Connect. So we are here in India till mid-March of 2026. Then we go to Vietnam and Japan for 3 months. We'll be looking forward to Japan.
Mm. Wow, I can imagine. I'm only wondering, what would 16-year-old Mona right now think if she looked at your life?
Wow, when I was 16, I wanted to have 5 children.
Very different. Very different.
And now I have zero. I did not know that there was life outside of Bareilly. Somewhere I knew there was something out there, but there was no one to push me. And I was friends with the person who told me about call centers, about Delhi, and that's how I got into all that. But a 16-year-old Mona would be amazed by how much this 45-year-old Mona has done. I've traveled to now 45 plus countries. I have my own business and I travel full time.
Mm.
And yeah, the only responsibility both my husband and I have is to take care of our parents, which is great. Which is an honor.
Usually that like that you take her for your parents in cultures like India, right?
Yes, it is. It is. I know in Amsterdam where I used to live, my I had a neighbor who was 98 years old and she was so fit.
Wow.
She has yeah, she has two sons. One of them is a KLM pilot
Ooh,
and who
cool.
and the other one lives just nearby. And I was amazed how independent she was, how fashionable she was. Whenever you walked into her house, I used to go give chicken curry to her. So, whenever you walk into a house, she'll be dressed like so well. And yes, so I the culture in India, or let's say in Asia, I would say, or Middle East, but let's just stick to India, is very like taking, if you if you have elderly parents, and you're supposed to take care of them. You should take care of them.
Wow, really good. What I'm interested in then is, if in your life was there ever a moment where you completely lost everything, like complete confidence was just boom away?
Yes, while building Bear Connect. Oh my God. I tell this to my husband, and this is the hardest thing I've ever done.
Wow.
Ever done. Like, oh my God, it was so hard because I wanted to break free. I wanted to, have I wanted to build a house. I wanted to, have my parents move to that house. And still, I haven't done that, but I know I'm on the right path and I'll be able to do it. And building Bear Connect, because I had also left my job and we were living in Amsterdam, which is so expensive. And my husband had a job then, and that's why I was able to, start working on Bear Connect. But building Bear Connect has been the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Everything looks so easy, in front of moving countries is nothing. When we lost a passport in Mexico, nothing as compared to this journey building Bear Connect.
So it must be very tiring also. Like, how did that show up in your even relationship or friends, or how you, yeah, showed up to the world?
Yeah, I mean, very hard. So, as I said, this journey is my own journey, even though my husband supported, but it's my own journey. He can't go through the same emotions as, I. There was time I remember 29th of January that I said, it's enough. It's been 7 months and it's not going anywhere. He told me, my team, that we are shutting it down 1 year ago. And one of my team members said, just give me 10 days. I said, take 10 days. Let's see what happens. And then he was the one who turned the tables around.
Oh,
And
wow.
and what helped was writing notes, writing my feelings. That really helped because I mean, even though I could discuss everything with my husband, would write it down, would take everything out. So I remember I started writing letters to my siblings. Dear Mona, I know very hard. You had a tough day. Tech Connect is not going anywhere. Not do not give in, because the book is making you ready for the success which is going to come to you. It's just making you ready. So that writing letters to my soul really, really helped.
Wow. Oh, it was so amazing to hear, because the the power of a diary, some people use a diary, some write letters to themselves or their past or future self. It is such a powerful method, and I love that you're actually the first one that's actually saying, like, I wrote letters. And with everything going on, what was like the main thought in your head that you believed back then of why it wasn't working? What was the one thought that you had going in your head, like, that was telling you, oh, this is not going to work, or I don't feel good, or what was the voice in your head, like the negative voice telling you?
So the negative voice was telling me that you should not spend money on hiring the right person, because it's your own saving. So I was always in my head trying to make a balance of the statement versus how much can I spend. And then I also wrote a check to myself, which is in my wallet, for 2028, because I read somewhere or heard somewhere that if you write it, you visualize it. I didn't believe in that. I believe in it now, but thought it was, I do not spend a lot of money. Uh, so it was always a battle.
Looking back now, was there something that, with all the information that you have right now, would you do something different?
Yes, I would not hire people on Upwork.
Oh.
That's one. I would not. I would still have my own team. So because I used to work in an IT company, I know the kind of margins these companies make. And I'm glad that I stuck to my decision and I did not hire any IT company to outsource my entire Bear Connect project to them. So that's a very good decision in the beginning. Um, so one thing, I would not hire an Upwork guy on Upwork. I would hire a very senior person whom I have right now. He's very senior and who was the one who did everything in his power to make this project. This was a gift from the universe because I had endured. I did not give up for those 8 months or 10 months. If I had given up, I would have never found this guy. Because of him, I am where I.
When you launched, how did you basically create the confidence to get people in?
So that's a very good question. So what I did, I created a very simple landing page, and I did not even know how to do it. I taught a lot of skills myself. So and there I put a waiting list. Like if someone wants to subscribe for Pair Connect, they should just enter their email ID and whatever name. And that list really helped me early on. So when I was experiencing all these challenges because of my sales background, I was able to get a lot of emails on LinkedIn. So basically, I only posted on LinkedIn. I also hired a few interns, marketing interns, to post videos on Instagram, on Facebook, and we got a waiting list of about 200 people. I
Oh,
at
wow.
time launched, yeah, 200 plus people. So I think that's very important. Even if your product is not ready at all, just have a landing page with a waiting list.
Because right now you have over 1,000 plus like members on your platform, which is amazing. Going from an idea to having like this big success, and with everything behind your back right now, is there a difference in how you handle a lack of confidence or negative thoughts in your head now versus before all of this happening?
So now what I do is now I don't feel lack of confidence at all because I'm living my life completely. I'm traveling full time. I'm building Bear Connect. So now whenever I see my competitors post on LinkedIn that they have reached a million, for example, one of my competitors recently reached 10 mil USD. I'm like, wow, if there's so much demand in the market, and if
Yeah.
these guys do it in like 2.5 years, so can I. So when I was building Bear Connect, I did speak to a lot of GTM, go-to market specialists, and a lot of people said, why are you even working? There's like so many competitors and all. I took that as as a positive sign because if this, if they are, uh, if the companies are doing well, if there's scope in the market, if there's scope in the market, another company can also come in. That's what I believe in. And I also saw a video of this guy. He says that he's like the best investor in the US or something, Indian guy but lives in the US. And he said, but all my business ideas I've copied, just copy. And that's what I also did. I copied from my competitors.
What really speaks to me is that you say copy. And usually in the modern world, people say, no, be different, you have to stand out and stuff like that. So, how do you deal with comparing when people ask you, like, how are you different? But what gives you, like, the confidence to say, like, oh, I'm different in here and here, or here I am special? Or why should people, like, work with you per se? And for the people listening, do you think that everyone has a special edge or everyone's just the same and you just need to be very good at selling, for example?
It's again a very good question. So in 2024, when I used to talk about Bear Connect, people used to ask me, how are you different? And I used to get so irritated because I wasn't different. I I used to say that, oh, my UI is better. And other people would say that's not sufficient. I mean, I can still, so I used to get so irritated. And then I was like, okay, let it go. Answer will come at its own time. And it came. And now I can proudly say that we are the only ones who can do both, inbound and outbound. Let's just talk about technology companies like tools. Like if you use a tool and if you think you can do a better job, just go for it. Make sure that you have some kind of your edge over others. My moat is and keeper. If you look at your app, it's very clean. It's like It's not heavy, picture rich. It does what we say it does. Very clean. People love it.
Amazing. Yeah, I believe that too because I remember when you showed me Bear Connect, and the thing that really stood out to me was that it was like minimalistic, and I got a very peaceful feeling because usually I also have a lot of apps and features and here and there, and then some apps are just so cluttered and have so much things going on that make your mind so much more busy, and it does what it needs to be do, but also a million other things. And
Mm.
yours was just that I looked at it, I was like, wow, it's very clear what you're doing here. And that is just the thing. And no extra clutter or outside noise, basically. So I personally, I love that a lot about yours. Um,
Thank you.
for a woman that is listening right now and feels exactly how you did, but just before you started Bear Connect or in the messy middle, what would the tip be that you're giving her to either remove or make her imposter syndrome smaller, get the success that you have now?
I would say if you believe in your project, just go for it. Uh, Difficulties will come. It's a part of the game. If there are no difficulties, that means you're not reaching anywhere. Just accept them and deal with them. Uh, the only nights there'll be theory nights, but just deal with all of those. Right? Let just yourself be kind to yourself. Very important. Don't be hard on yourself because building a business anyway is very hard. Challenges is a part of it. Success is right there. Some people quit when they're about 90% there. Of the challenges are gone and they quit. I was at that point, 29 years last year. I was 90 when there. From 29 January till March, it was 2 months when I found the right guy. So I had quit on 29 Jan. I won't be sitting here. Just don't quit. Just keep going.
That's a beautiful message. I love it so much. Thank you. I have one more question, and it might be a little bit more personal. Um, when you are building a business, you said there will be a lot of theory nights as well. Do you allow yourself to cry also when it gets hard to release all these emotions? How much time do you give yourself? How do you get back on it? What is your strategy?
Yes, so I haven't cried in a long time. That's good. But yes, I think it's important to cry. It's important to let your emotions go. Only then you feel lighter in your head. But I would say life is good now. Uh, Life has always been good, but year one was very hard. And just coming, so usually I, for sleeping, is when I like to release all my emotions, which includes as well. And when you're done, you sleep, wake up, it's like it's a new day. That's how I look at it.
Hmm. Amazing. And then you just start fresh and you say let's go again. Let's do it.
Yes, yes, yes.
Amazing. Okay. Well, throughout all of this journey, because you had a lot of experiences that were going really bad, especially with developers and stuff. So, is there something after everything that you've learned that you won't tolerate from other people anymore?
Yes. So saying they can do it when they can't really do it. So developers told me in the beginning they can definitely take on the project when they complete. We in Tech Connect we've built a very easygoing culture. So there are times when I have a call with my tech team every single day. So there are times when I am not maybe perhaps saying the right thing for Bear Connect, and they would correct me. So there's no hierarchy as such. Like I don't act like a founder. Like
Mm.
I'm a person who believes in Beck and also believes a lot in Beck.
That is a very good lesson, I believe, especially that you're not acting as the founder that is very strict and telling people what to do. Because I've heard many, many stories, especially from people in 9 to 5s, about how horrible their bosses are and stuff like that. That is why your thing is working so well because people are actually, they want to work for you. Thank you so much, Mona. This is the last question. If your life right now, everything from Born to Where You Are Right Now was a Netflix documentary, what would be the lesson at the end of your documentary?
What would be the lesson at the end? Uh, Live your life to the fullest. live every day as if it's your last day, and just listen to your heart. There's a lot of people suppress their inner voice. Do not do that. Your inner voice knows everything about you, knows what is best for you. Learn to listen to your inner voice and just go for it. Just go for it, and you'll be amazed uh, how far you could go with your inner voice.
Thank you, Mona.
Sure, Azadna. It was lovely. You ask very, very good questions. And let's be connected on WhatsApp because I want to know what you're doing, where you're going, and taxes and everything.
Yes, I'm gonna share everything that I learned, but like after summer, I'm leaving anyway. But yes, let's stay connected because I'm going to come to Vietnam for sure, and we can meet up in real life again.
Okay, great, great. All
Okay.
right.
Thank you,
Azadna.
Mona.
Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Bye bye.